cutest moment that Sherman and I have shared, or one of the cutest, there's been so many, was one time when he picked me up. I think it might have been Valentine's Day one year, and there were rose petals all over the car on my seat, and there were a dozen roses. I always loved getting flowers. And he took me out to dinner to one of my favorite restaurants, and it was just a wonderful evening and so romantic and just very, very memorable.
Our cutest moment, Tamara was over at my house it was my father's birthday, and we made a run up to Macy's. The whole family was over there, and we made a run up to Macy's, and I had on this new cologne, and Tamara had on this new perfume, and she said, I like that cologne that you have on. I said, I like your perfume. And she was like, well, what's the name of it? And I said, Marc Jacobs was the name of the cologne at that time. And she was like, no way, I have on Marc Jacobs too. And so we laughed about it, and that was definitely stands out in my mind as one of our cutest moments.
My favorite thing about Sherman is that he has this ability to push me to do things that I thought I could never do. He makes me believe in my dreams, and he encourages me to go for them. He reminds me that I'm smart and I'm capable of doing so much, and his encouragement, being by my side, makes me feel like I could accomplish anything I could ever dream.
My favorite thing about Tamara is that she's very beautiful. She's beautiful on the outside, but she's more beautiful on the inside. And anybody who knows her, talks to her, gets to know her, they can see that she's just a beautiful person. One of my other things that I just love about her is that she makes me want to be better. And I think that's amazing of it, that she makes me want to be a better person. She doesn't ask me to be, but she just makes me want to be a better person. And I love that. And she's the only person that draws that out in me, who makes me want to be better. So. I knew that I was in love with Tamara. It was March 1st, 2005. I was taking my sister to work, and we were in a horrible car accident. And the only thing I remember was waking up in the ambulance and going to the hospital. And I actually went home that day. But my sister, on the other hand, she was in the hospital for several months. And of course, everyone, the family was at the hospital. And I was home by myself a lot of the time. And the only person that was there with me was Tamara. And so at that time, I was 19. And I had treated her so bad up until this point. And everyone had said, you got a good girl, you got a good girl. And I never sat down to really pay attention to it until that point. It was from that day that I knew that I was in love with her. I knew that I wanted to marry her, and anything that it took, I was going to do it. And anybody who knows me, they know that I'm very persistent.
I knew that I was in love with Sherman when I was still just a girl. We were in school together, and he surprised me one day with, I think it was something so simple like cinnamon Altoids in my locker and flowers. And he came up to me and he tricked me into kissing him. He told me to give him a kiss on the cheek, and he turned his head and snuck a kiss. And that day was just always a day that I'll never forget, and I knew how much that day that I really, really loved him. One thing that's always attracted me to Sherman is his outgoing personality. He comes into a room and lights it up with his smile. Everyone knows when he's there, and no matter what kind of day you've been having, he can make you smile. He makes me laugh when I've had the worst day in the world.
What attracts me to Tamara is, like I said earlier, she's just a beautiful person. But more so than that, she's able to get along with everyone. It doesn't matter the color, it doesn't matter the race, the age. She's able to interact and get along with everyone. That's a big attraction. Not only that, but she's just very bright. She's very intelligent, and she's usually right a lot of times.